What is happening, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today on Idaho Dual Sport, I got to work on this tow rig here. I bought this truck in September of last year, so I've had it for probably like 8 months or something like that. 10 months. Yeah, that's math. And the ride has been absolutely awful. I've had more problems with it than that, unfortunately. Test drove it, stepped on it, transmission felt good, shifted good, line pressure felt great. This is a 2500 Ram Cummins, and everything felt good, but man, got it home, and first time I towed with it, my RV, up over one of the grades around here, the transmission blew out, so I had to put a new transmission in it. I think that was like $3,600. And then winter came along and it snowed. The whole reason I had this identical truck in a two-wheel drive before this, and the only reason I bought it was for four-wheel drive. Winter came around and the transfer case started to slip, and it was bad. It was loud, you could hear it. Had to replace the transfer case. So, and that was, $2,500. So, $6,100 later, this truck is in pretty good shape now. It has fairly low miles for the year, and yeah. So, but the ride has been just awful ever since I bought it. I mean, my business partner Tim was following me home. We drove down to around Salt Lake City, some used car lot down there, and man, driving it back, even on the interstate there in Salt Lake, I was like catching air off of some of the some of the bumps, and the truck is just bouncing sideways, and it handles terribly. So I need to do some suspension on it. So this is a truck that I use for towing trailers. I'm towing bikes all the time, in trailers, moving them around, doing R&D stuff. I'm towing my RV to rallies, to come and hang out with you guys, and it's the tow rig. It's the Happy Trails tow rig, so to speak. So I need to fix the suspension on it really bad. So I bought some Bilstein B8 5100s. Nothing extravagant, but it's going to be better than the shocks on here, because they are completely shot. They are total garbage. So that's the goal for today. Is I'm going to kind of move stuff around here and get these swapped out here, and see if we can't smooth the ride out. But before I do that, I just want to hop in and show. You won't really be able to feel how bad it is, but you can see the vibration at around 60. And I mean, you can be on just a flat, nice, smooth road, and it'll just vibrate like crazy around 60. So that's another sign that time to do some suspension work. So yeah, I'll show you that, and then let's see if we can't get these things replaced and smooth the ride out on the old tow rig. Look at these junk shocks. I mean, they're just like rusted out. I'll be surprised if those aren't easily compressible by hand, or seized up, maybe one of the two. We'll see. But check out this vibration. Hey, we'll get up to 60 here. Hopefully you can see the steering wheel. Oh, I'm getting passed by a Harley. I didn't even pull out in front of him. I don't know where he came from. Alright, getting up to 60. So there's no vibration yet. It might be on the GoPro. Yeah, here we go. I mean, just on cruise. And this is a perfectly flat, kind of smooth road. You can see, I don't know if you can see the steering wheel, my hands just, yeah, you might not be able to really probably see the camera. What you probably see is the camera bouncing on my head because of the vibration. There's no one coming, so I am going to just flip a U-E here. Okay. Let's try this again. Okay. Alright, so we'll get up to 60 here and we'll see if we can see it on the camera. Yeah, like right about in there, maybe. Kinda. It's 55, here's 60. About 50, 58. Lots of rocking back and forth. Crazy amount of rocking. So here's 53, 2-ish. Yeah, probably can't see it on camera, but it starts to vibrate around 55 to 60, somewhere in there. So, all right, let's swap these babies out. Yeah, look at this piece of junk. It's just, this is the worst shock I've probably ever seen. This is bad. One-handed, I can compress it, and then you can kind of hear it. I don't know if you can hear it, but you can hear the fork oil, or the... It's bad. Alright, so the good news is the shocks are changed. Just need to put my wheel well back in there. That's easy peasy. Shocks are looking good, and these are definitely much better than the junk that was on there. So we'll see how it rides here in just a minute. That's the good news. The bad news is, where is it? Oh, my end link is broke. My sway bar link. So this project is not over yet. I'm gonna have to go down and pick up. Of course, they come in pairs, so I'll change both of them. But those are a lot easier to change than the shocks are. So I just button this up, get my wheel well on, and drive down and get some end links, I guess. Alright, so I made a little bit of a mess. I had to change the oil at the same time since I had the fender out. Needed to do it anyway. So, but I ran down to AutoZone and I got the one of the end link to replace the one that snapped. I got some front and rear brake pads also while I was there. That's got to be done at some point here. They're getting pretty close. Picked up a couple of 6-ton jack stands because I have no idea what happened to my jack stands. They vanished in the move. So man, super stoked though. I can already tell that the ride is way better. Just driving to AutoZone and back, it's like 5 minutes away, so I didn't get a whole bunch of driving in, but there is a lot of those road snakes, you know, where they seal, and those can be a little bumpy. At least they were before. And also a lot of rocking. You know, if you go over like a a ditch, you know, a little bridge that goes over a ditch. Sometimes they have quite a bit of a hump on them, and this truck used to really rock you around. I felt like Ace Ventura when nature calls. I think that's the one, when he's driving the monster truck. It just awful. So, but shocks are in, and I can already tell it's riding better. So I'm done for today. But tomorrow morning when it cools, it's like 105 degrees every day. It was hot out here today. It was rough doing this in the carport. I cannot wait to have my dual sport shop that we're working towards, so that I can get in there and work on the truck, work on the RV, work on the motorcycles, work on the side-by-side, all this kind of stuff in air-conditioned space where it's nice and cool. All my tools are there. I don't have to walk. You know, it's not a 5-minute turnaround to go grab a wrench and bring it over here. It's kind of rough, I'll admit. I probably walked for an hour today, back and forth, getting tools. It's not ideal, but you know, it is what it is for now. So anyway, okay, so for me, I'm done for the day, and I will come back tomorrow and get the other end link in there and get the other 2 rear shocks in, and then we'll go for the final test drive and see how this thing works. For you, it'll be like 2 seconds. All right, we got them on, both in the rear, 2 up front, and then we got the end link replaced right there with a new one. Holy cow. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. that was a total pain in the butt, man. This truck is really got some rust on it. Some of this stuff is really rusted out. It was a pain in the butt. I was struggling. Okay, I'm gonna expose my idiocy here for just a minute. I have a Milwaukee. I got the Milwaukee. Well, it's right here. The 1/2-inch drive. I've had this forever, but I had forgotten that there's different torque settings on there, and I had it on 2. It's got 1 through, like, I don't know what the last one is. It's got 1 through 3, and then it's got like a just all torque setting, I guess, maybe. This is my ignorance speaking. I had it on 2, and I could not get those nuts off of the rear shocks. They were just on there. My breaker bar, nothing, wouldn't budge. Bumped it to 3, they zipped right off, no problem whatsoever. So I don't know, I'd have to look it up, the specs, but the difference between 2 and 3 is probably somewhat significant, I'm guessing, on the torque, because that's an 1,100 foot-pound torque wrench impact, and that's a lot. I mean, those nuts on the shocks probably shouldn't have more than 110, I wouldn't think. I don't know exactly what they are. I got them back on good and tight. Anyway, all 4 shocks replaced, end link replaced. So let's take this thing for a drive and just see what it feels like. I'm actually excited. I have the perfect road for it. It's called Railroad Avenue, and it is really, really bad and bumpy, and I know what it felt like. It was miserable to drive down in this truck before. So let's go zip down that and see how these new shocks feel. The ones that I took off here were just squishy as can be. There was just nothing left in them. So let's check it out. I'm stoked. Okay, I had to get cleaned up first before hopping in the truck, and man, holy cow, huge difference. I'm so stoked right now. The ride, I'm on some roads that are just really bumpy, and in my truck that I had before this, it was the same truck, Cummins 2500, but it was a 2-wheel drive, and it had highway tires on it. So, I mean, and it was just smooth as butter driving around. It was like almost like driving a car. I mean, it was just really, really smooth. This thing, just every little rut or bump in the road, that you would hit was just vibrate. Everything would vibrate. Everything, you know, all your change jumps. And it was bad, but holy cow, it is so much better. I mean, it's night and day. I cannot believe how big of a difference new shocks. Bilstein B8 5100s came recommended in a lot of forums, and yeah, got them on. I'm excited. Not without a lot of pain though. It was I had to fight for it to get these on. I did not think it was going to take this long to get them on, but I did. So this is really bumpy right here, and it's taking it like a champ. Incredible. Awesome. Now, time for the obligatory wash and vacuum the truck, because you did something new to it. Okay, off to the car wash. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around and kind of doing some non-dual sport content, even though it's related. I mean, this is the dual sport tow truck. So this is the thing that gets the bikes around when you got to move them, when you're not riding them. You need to rotate them, tow them, go to rallies, all that kind of stuff. So this is the rig for that. So yeah, thanks for watching. Man, hope you guys are getting out there and getting some adventure in. I certainly have not been the last couple of days working on this, so I hope you are. And yeah, we will see you guys on the next one.